Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we are live! What is up, Russ? How are you,
I'm
buddy?
fucking fantastic. Holy shit. What a weird week it's been. And and I'm happy to be on here on the weekend. And yeah, dude, it's been a good weekend
We
so
got
far.
into it last fucking Saturday. I didn't think he'd be on again.
Oh no. Come on, man. I you know that we always get into it. It's good times.
I get so high I can't argue anymore. You know,
it's gotta wait you out. A couple more puff passes going on.
Oh man,
it's been weird, man. I not to be gross or none, but I my stomach's been all fucked up today. So and I've had I've been fucking so much time in the bathroom today. It's ridiculous,
dude. That was me this whole week.
Oh,
like me and Kate were like down. I think she missed a day of work this week, man. Like sun hit us hard.
Yeah, I'm worried that there's like a bug going around or something for people. I don't know. I've heard a lot of people having the same issues, and I'm like, I'm not vomiting or nothing. Thank goodness for that, but man, oh good lord. I took some Imodium. I'm waiting for that shit to kick in. I'm like, come on, man. I'll go off out. Hey, you know what I watched? I will tell you what I watched this week, by the way. I watched the new Indiana Jones movie. They dropped it on Disney.
Uh-huh.
And
I've heard it's good.
Well, I've heard a bunch of people saying how shitty it was. Okay. And I actually did not mind it. It was not. To me, it wasn't terrible. I mean, he's an old motherfucker. What do they expect? He can't do but so much action stuff, not anymore. And then he's old on the movie too. So no one's gonna believe that like a 70, 80-year-old guy is doing some of the shit that people want Indiana Jones to be doing, like he did when he was younger. But I thought it was enough action. It was good. It was, what's it, the Dial of Destiny, I guess, is the thing here.
Yeah, I mean, enough people have suggested it that I'm gonna definitely check it out on Disney Plus.
Yeah, I mean, I will say is compared to the original 3 Indiana Jones movies, okay, it's probably tame when it comes to a lot of insane action. I mean, yeah, he's got people shooting at him and stuff, but there used to be some of the craziest shit they shot in those first 3 movies is wild, and it's lacking some of that, but I like the story. It was good. The characters were good in it. I don't know, I liked it.
Dude, I am one of the weird ones. Like, there's like 3 all right, I'd say there's probably 4 camps of Indiana Jones fans. Casual fans that just enjoy Indiana Jones.
Right.
The ones that are Raiders overall.
Right. Raiders
are Temple.
Yep.
And the ones that are Last Crusade. Yeah. Nobody's saying Crystal Skulls is the best one.
No. But see, okay, I would say this. I like this one better than I like the Crystal Skull.
That's what everybody's saying. Right? Is like this was more of a proper send off for him than that shit was with Shia.
And they definitely did it where it takes place after the whole Kingdom of the Crystal Skull thing.
I heard they like spoiler because it's been around on the internet everywhere that they pretty much say that Shia's character's dead.
Yeah, he's dead. He went into the war, enlisted in the military, went to war, and then they got killed in action. So he's kind of like, and of course he got married to, what's her name, Marion, man. And then after he died, she was a fucking depressed mess, and they ended up getting a divorce. So his life is shit. He's kind of just a shitty life for him,
So this is like Indiana Jones is Gran Torino.
Pretty much, yeah. He's just this cranky old man. Gets
Get
up,
off my fucking lawn.
He's still teaching. He's still teaching at a university, and it's like and he's respected by his fellow teachers and everything. I'm sure of that, but he was.
it's so weird how much of an icon Harrison Ford is that like you don't remember all his work at once.
I know he's done so many. Oh God,
yeah,
so many.
Two iconic franchises. You know.
Yep. Yeah, and he's also just played some really good fucking roles.
Yeah, The Fugitive.
Over the course of his career.
Remember how huge that movie was when it came out?
Well, it was a good movie. I like
the Jack Ryan movies he did.
Yeah. Wasn't it where he played the president?
Air Force One.
That's the one. Okay, yep. And that was badass. Fucking plane. Yeah, man. He's definitely iconic. That's some iconic shit, man. You know, and
he's gonna be Red Hulk.
You know, he's gonna be what?
He's gonna be Red Hulk.
What? Whoa! When was that announced? Is he really,
bro? Yeah.
No shit. See, I think he's
taking over for that other actor that died, man.
Oh, I didn't know that. No shit. Yeah. Oh wow.
I think he's already been in like fucking a back credit scene or some shit. I don't remember.
Of course he has.
Yeah, man. Fucking Harrison Ford, bro. Red Hulk. Raw.
That's fucking cool. Yeah, dude. That's pretty badass.
So yeah. So Harrison Ford is basically now Thunderbolt Ross.
Yeah. Essentially. That's okay. So I mean, you know. He's
go.
Yeah, he's done like good actor, you know.
Yeah. Not only that, like he's definitely gonna command respect in that role. Like
I would hope so.
Yeah.
I would hope so. I mean he should, and I'm sure. I always worry though because the thing to do nowadays is to shit on whatever Marvel stuff they do. Yeah. So it's we're at a point where I think no one wants to say if something is good, no one wants to say it's good. You know.
Well, my thing is I want it all to be good.
Sure.
I want it all to be good so that we can all enjoy fucking beautiful Marvel and DC fucking projects.
That's what we should all want.
But the thing is like I've personally probably stood up for some shit from Marvel I really shouldn't have.
Well, okay,
I feel that way now. Like seeing like because like after Infinity War, I was like, or what was it? Endgame. Sorry, at Endgame. Right when that happened, I was like, oh God, look at all this stuff coming. These are Jack Kirby titles from the 70s, you know, stuff that I enjoyed in comics and like so far away from like what I enjoyed. I can't even watch them. And I was looking forward to those movies so hard. Fucking Shang-Chi and Eternals. And they're just trash.
Yeah, the Eternals movie I did not enjoy. I thought it would be. I thought I would like it, but it ended up not being.
I mean, look at the cast. Like, Kumail Nanji, or I believe that's his name. He's a funny dude. Like,
then they had Jolie in it. I mean, yeah, you'd think you would thought it would have been better, and it just didn't. I don't know. It just didn't hit, man. It didn't hit. And maybe it's because that's not it might be because I feel like a lot of people feel like that wasn't the direction to go in.
Right.
But I'm like, dude, you know, after Endgame, you know, all the I mean, you gotta just they're gonna go in a lot of different ways to introduce new characters into the MCU. They have to, because there's no more really. I mean, I guess should be some more Avenger movies because there is another generation of Avengers. We know that, you know, and so. But I'm wondering if they. I wonder if the feeling is that they feel like those characters might not be able to pull off a movie, you know, on their own. So they have to bring other characters into it to help them out. I don't know. I'm not sure, but I don't know what their thinking is. But
what I've said, we've talked about this on the show recently, but like what I've said, I think that it's fucking, really positive that they went back and are rewriting everything.
Yeah, because maybe they're recognizing that we need to, come up with some stronger shit, than, and that's, I'm all for that. I would rather them go back and rewrite shit in hope, in hopes that it's going to get better and be better than them just throw something out that they know themselves this isn't that great. I mean, they know it, they can tell. There's always some asshole who's going to defend their work. I get it, but fuck it.
Like it's, and then Adam Warlock,
right? And then then you got that. You got a character who is, I thought he's kind of badass. He's supposed to be badass. He's supposed to be really cool. And like when you see
him play like a petulant child,
yeah, it just didn't work right for me. It didn't. It wasn't. And I've never complained about that much about them. Some of the
departures,
some of the directions that they would take characters in throughout the Avengers run and everything and stuff. I never complained a lot too much about it. I mean, I would say that sometimes they try to make the Thor movies a little too silly. I just never took Thor as a silly guy.
Yeah,
I never did. So, but most of the time, okay, take your liberties with them. I get it. We're not gonna. They're not spitting the comic back out at us, and I understood that. But there are some times you can't. There's such thing as changing a character too much.
Yeah.
And Adam Warlock is supposed to be. That's supposed to be much. That's supposed to be.
Yeah.
A better character than that. It's like, come on, man, what did you do?
That's a dude that goes one-on-one with Thanos.
Right. I mean, come on. What do you?
Yeah.
The guy is a badass. He's not supposed to be like just a. I feel like they kind of made him a whiny little bitch.
Yes.
I mean, and it was like, come on, man. It's not. Oh. That's not the way to go. And I know there's.
They made Adam Warlock Dom Mysterio.
See, now you're pissing me off because I like Dom Mysterio. And I don't think he's as good as Dominic's a better little bitch than he is. Oh man, I found myself in a weird position. Speaking of Dominic Mysterio, where I've been finding myself in a position where I have to defend him lately to a lot of people. A lot of people feel like, and I don't disagree. I've had it thrown at me that he belongs in NXT, and actually I agree. I think some time in NXT would do him some good. I really do. I think he was, because of who his dad was, he was thrown on the main roster with his dad really, really quick, and they liked how far he came in a short time. So they figured, okay, let's keep him up here and let's put him in a big storyline, and they did it. And then, he turns heel and boy, he pisses the crowd off, and it's great, and they love that shit. But at some point that's going to run its course too. Right. And then, because, you if you're going to be a heel, you got to keep being a heel. You can't just like the crowd's going to eventually just get sick of reacting to him, period. So you got to keep doing heelish shit. And I feel like, he sort of does, but he still hasn't done anything that bad yet. Really, not like he had in the past, with his father and shit. But I'm waiting to see what the end game is going to be, because at some point they're going to do his recreation, where he comes back, and turns face again. I don't know if it's going to be because they boot him out of the Judgment Day, or he tells Judgment Day go fuck off, or something. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? With that, God only WWE writers, we can only guess and speculate. But
But like, where do you book him out of that? How do you book him out of that?
That's what I'm thinking. I think you have to get Rey Mysterio involved. You have to,
because then you do like him and his father against Damian and Finn again.
Yeah, but see, I don't know if you do that right away. What you do is maybe you have it where Dom costs them a championship or something like that, or Dom fucks up and then there's some heat between him and Finn, or I think it'd be hard to do heat between him and Damian Priest, because they've had Damian Priest defending the shit out of Dom. Like Damian will fuck you up if you touch Dom. He goes nuts. He's the biggest. Him and Rhea were the big defenders of Dom. So you could have it where Finn Balor and Dom have some heat. Maybe he cost them the World Tag Team titles or something. And then and then eventually maybe it ends up being him and Finn getting into it, and maybe they all turn on him and beat his ass.
What up, Wes? Fuck Dom. He should be in the PC.
Well, I don't disagree. I think he could use some work done in NXT. I really do. I think when he's down at NXT, I feel like he's with people that are more his speed. I really do. I think I've never like hated on his work in the ring, but against certain people, he does look clunky. He can go against some people. Some people can't help him look good.
He can get carried.
He can get carried. And there's some wrestlers, though, they're not good enough to carry him. And that's when you notice his clunkiness. I think he needs to stop doing certain things, too. Stop doing the 619. You're
Three Amigos.
Yeah, the Three Amigos, even. I know you want to do the Eddie Guerrero. You can still do the frog splash. I think that's a great move. He does a good job on that. That's beautiful. Shake the shoulders if you want to do that. Stop doing it. He never gets to finish the Three Amigos. You ever notice that? Yeah. They always stop at that too. And when he does the 619, he looks clunky, man. Oh, he looks so clunky. I'm like, stop, dude. You're not your dad. You're not a little guy. Dom's a pretty good sized dude. He's
he's got to get rid of the Eddie mullet.
Yeah, that's another thing. Come on, yeah. I know you're trying to be like the new reincarnation of Eddie Guerrero,
both of them,
but you're
trying to be like the mix between both of them. But it's like,
well, it's not working. That look isn't working.
Yeah. He needs to. I understand what he wants to do, but he has to find out who the fuck he is first before he can do justice to either one of them.
Sure, and I would actually rather him try to develop his own character instead of going off the mystique of Eddie Guerrero, and I mean, and I thought he was going to do that for a while, and then it was like the Eddie Guerrero thing, I guess, kind of started sticking, and I don't know, I didn't, but the kid's got talent. I'll tell you that he's very talented in a lot of ways, but I think they should have developed him a little differently than they did. I feel like they threw him in the deep end of the pool. Let's put it that way, and said, "Swim, swim, swim." And I just feel like he's been. Look at the matches. Look at who this kid's had matches with. By the way, this kid's been in main events like a lot. He's not to mention he's been in a ring against some of the best in the world. He's had a match with Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, now Randy Orton. Okay, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn.
That's the thing is he must be. He's doing something right.
He must be, because they're putting him in matches with big dogs.
They're putting him in positions to succeed.
Absolutely.
So they like something about him.
And I think he does all right. Again, not all those guys are good enough to carry him in a match, though, to make him look good. I actually, the best match I thought he had was against another NXT guy that the other luchador that they brought him up now to the main roster. He looks like Rey Mysterio. Dragon Lee, that's him. He had a match with Dragon Lee, and he looked good, man. He looked good in that match. Now Dragon Lee and him are probably he's Dragon Lee smaller than him, and it works. It worked okay, and I can see, and Dragon Lee did a good job. He made Dom look good. Dom beat him. Dragon Lee put Dom over. I was like, holy shit! Dom actually won a match without help. That's crazy. Yeah, I don't like him having the North American Championship, the NXT North American title. If you're not in NXT,
that was Pete Dunne's belt, wasn't it?
Yeah. If you're not in NXT, take that belt off of him. Now, it was okay for a minute, but now I feel like they've done it too long.
Yeah.
Now they need to give that belt back to NXT. Dominic with a title around his waist is a little weird to me because it just
it feels like they kind of like devalued the NXT title.
It does,
like that North American one, because it's like oh, we don't have a main roster title for Dom to have. Let's let him have an NXT one.
Yeah, let's just throw the NXT title on him, and that's shit. That's shit. Because that NXT North American Championship, by the way, has some good wrestlers.
That's a legit comparison.
What?
Nia Jax is a better wrestler than Dom.
Well, no, I don't think so. And I'll tell you why. Nia Jax hurts people. Dom doesn't hurt people. Nia Jax
that's a fair
hurts.
Point. That's a fair point. That is a fair point.
Hurts people to the point where there's other female wrestlers that won't work with her.
Yeah.
They won't fuck with her. So they're limited as to who they can have her work with.
I don't know what it is, but I always want to see like the big girl wrestlers wrestle each other. Always. I want to see fucking Nia and Piper Niven fucking.
You know what? Either that or get this. What if you made them a tag team? They would crush everybody. There's no way you would show. There's no way I would believe that.
You have to put my girlfriends together.
I don't even know who you would get to beat. That would convince me that they could be legitly beat.
Right.
Maybe Raquel and Rhea. Maybe
that's one. I was gonna go another way that even like I like better.
Which one?
Rhea and Shayna.
I do love me some Shayna. Shayna's great. And for a while, for a second there, didn't you think they were starting to give her a push a little bit? And all of a sudden it went away. I'm like, come on, dude.
She is so funny on her fucking YouTube channel.
Oh, I've seen her YouTube channel. Yeah, she is good.
And she explains jiu-jitsu very well.
I do. I like that when she shows you holds, she explains how like why where like she'll explain, go into detail about what it's hurting on your body and what it's and shit. She's really awesome, man.
I really like her. Yeah.
See, I was thinking that they might push her and give her a title, like put her in a title picture, again, and maybe even put the belt on her for a second. She's never had a championship up here. Yeah, one of the most dominant NXT women's champions ever.
That's another thing.
And she's never had a belt.
Damage Control gonna beat the dog shit out of Bayley.
I think that's gonna happen too.
That's gonna happen, man. And
especially.
Dude, okay, I had no idea, just on a tangent about Damage Control, I had no idea what kind of legend Asuka was in Japan, bro.
Oh,
like that beating she took from Minoru Suzuki.
Dude,
watched that. Yeah. I was like, holy fuck.
She had a whole career before she even came to the WWE, man. That's what killed me about her being down at NXT. I'm like, how are you keeping her in NXT? She should have been up on the main roster way sooner than she was. Way sooner.
Dude, she called that match with Suzuki.
Did she really? That's badass,
dude.
She
called that match.
She's really.
If you ever want to see fucking match that will make you not want to see intergender wrestling, look up Minoru Suzuki versus Asuka. I don't know what she might have been named something different at the time, like Kano or something. But if you just search fucking Minoru Suzuki versus Asuka, it'll come up.
Yeah. She I think I know what match you're talking about. I think I don't know if I've seen the whole thing. I think I saw a video that was part of it that showed parts of the match. Not the whole match though, but she that's what I say. If she ever if the WWE ever decided to like part ways with her, she'd be fine, dude. She'd go back to Japan where she's a fucking legend. And she would just basically and they would bring her back in so fast. It would be nuts, man. No, or be that, or she go right to AEW would pick. It's how quick AEW would pick her up. She wouldn't be available very long.
They're not
like,
ready.
You're in. You know,
they're not ready. For
absolutely.
Oh man, but fuck, I was gonna say something I can't fucking remember now. I think I was trying to transfer over to AEW, but fucking the best part of Raw to me besides Randy. Was motherfucking Shinsuke and Cody.
Now, see, that's kind of cool because, like, I like it when we've never seen like wrestlers like get into it with each other. You know, with Kevin Cody coming back now, right? And he's been back for 2 years now, so it's really not that recent. But he missed some time with injury and stuff.
Good amount of time.
Yeah, so. But now we can get down to what I think they want to do. Cody's never really had matches against certain wrestlers, really.
Yeah.
And they have done it. Him and Seth Rollins, I liked their matches. They were really good. Oh.
And did you catch on the ad on Raw that he fucking covered up the Stardust figure?
No, I didn't.
Christmas ad on Raw.
Oh! I know what you're talking about. When he was, yes. I know what you're talking about. Well, come on, dude. I'd cover it up too. That's a moment of his life. He's like, I can never get that back. God damn, you know. He did. You know, I get it. The Stardust thing was he did it because he was a company guy and he was trying to show, look. I'll play along with it. I'll give it a go. But that Stardust thing was like, it was basically just copying his older brother, and it was silly, man. And they should have been ashamed of themselves taking a young talent like that kid at the time and putting him into that. And he wasn't even a kid anymore. He'd kind of been an established veteran by that point too, in my opinion. He was established enough. They shouldn't have been doing that, and it bothered me, but.
Here's the thing. Like, I'm not that big of a Cody fan, but I like Shinsuke. I think that Shinsuke and Cody are going to work very well together.
I think they will too. There's a lot of their move sets. I think will match each other. They'll have they both I think flow in the ring really well. There's good. They both have that ability to make shit work out, and I think it's potentially gonna be great. I we haven't seen it. It's fresh. It's a good fresh. We've seen Shinsuke against all these other motherfuckers they've got on the roster already.
Yeah,
not him. This is the new fresh blood. We get to see some fresh like matches that we haven't had a real chance to check out. I'm digging it, man. I want it so bad, man. And I actually, believe it or not. Is like CM Punk. I am no, and I don't buy his stupid what he said. I've changed. No, I don't think you have. I'm home. You know, you were just dogging. You were just dogging this company out a couple months ago. So don't try to say you're at home and act all kissy, lovey. You were making fun of them. Not that long ago. Come on.
His credibility is kind of stretched.
It's very much stretched, and he's lucky that he's gotten. And you know what? They unleashed him in Chicago, which was perfect. He got a huge, big pop. Great. I don't think he's going to get a big pops everywhere. I think he's going to have some hostile crowds in some places. I really do think that.
And, Why? All the dirt sheets are saying it's gonna be fucking Punk Stone Cold Mania.
Probably. I mean, I don't know, but let me ask you, do you think they'll give Punk a title run? Do you think they would put a strap on Punk? And if they did, who does he beat for the belt? Because I'm gonna tell you now, you want Seth Rollins to put him over? Whoo! You better tell Seth Rollins exactly why the fuck he should do that.
How do you put a belt on Punk?
I don't know.
Before you put one on Kevin Owens.
Agreed. Well, Owens has had the world titles before. He's had a championship.
So has Punk.
But it's that's true. But Owens has had it more recently than Punk has, as far as in the WWE. But Owens hasn't had a belt. You're right, though. I mean, he was a world tag team champions with Sammy for a minute, but Owens hasn't had any single title in a long time. It's been a while for Owens, man. He's
been doing work.
He's awesome, dude. I know. At first I hated that he was using the stunner.
Yeah,
I didn't really care for it, but now I like it. I've kind of gotten used to it now. You know?
Like, to be honest, for a face, who's hotter in the company right now than fucking Sami Zayn?
But you know what the WWE is notorious for? All this positivity it's with the Sami Zayn right now. All this good, all the good momentum. They'll waste it. I guarantee you. They're already wasting it. They're not doing a fucking thing with him right now. He was part of the
it's
team.
The only way I can see Punk Stone Cold working is if Punk is just gonna do fucking exhibition matches. You know what I'm saying? Like, Punk comes for the big four,
right? But see, I don't know that. I don't know.
Punk's on a short-term contract just to Mania.
That could be it too. I'm not sure. Again, until we find out more.
Have a Brock Lesnar deal?
Maybe where he makes just so many appearances, because he wasn't on SmackDown. I think that this week. He's going to be on SmackDown next week, but I'm wondering if he'll be on Raw next week. Yeah. So he might not be on Raw and just on SmackDown. So I don't know. I'm wondering if he's just going to have maybe he's only going to make so many appearances. And if he is going to do wrestling matches, I'm dying to know who the fuck they're going to get to work with him. Does he have any friends in the company? Does he have anyone in the company that would like to work with him? I know a lot of these guys are pros, so they're going to work with him. If they're told to work with him, they'll work with him. But I wonder, like, because I think like if somebody wants to work with you, there's a better chance of good chemistry if they want to do it rather than going into it kicking and screaming. Like, I don't think Seth wants anything to do with him. I don't think. But the problem is,
I mean, the guys that come to mind that you can put in the ring with Punk right now, are fucking. Roman would do it, not a problem.
Well, Roman will do it no matter what. But I don't know that Roman would want to put him over though. Yeah. But
shit, I forgot who I was gonna say.
You know what? I think Cody would do it.
Yeah, that's the other guy I was gonna say. Cody
will do it. Cody
would be good with him.
Yeah, I think Cody could do it.
You have to have somebody motivated to make him look good.
Mm-hmm. You know what? You've already thrown the young buck in the ring with so many other fucking big stars. Why not throw Dom at him? Why not throw Dominic at him? Let's see how good CM Punk is. Can you make Dominic look good, CM Punk? Or can Dominic make you look good? Let's find out.
Yeah, like
I wasn't like I saw some matches.
Wes is in the chat, so
cool.
Wes liked Punk in AEW.
That's okay.
Like he did have some bangers. Like Wes says,
I thought he was pretty good.
He had some great he had some really, really good matches.
I can give you that. He did, but I don't know.
I think he was carried a little still.
Well,
if you look who the fuck they put him in the ring with.
Yeah.
Yes, they will make him champ. Prob Seth's title may not be against Seth, but he will get that title.
So what do you do?
You think you fucking beat Seth with Drew? Have Drew put over Punk?
That's a possibility. I don't know how Drew McIntyre would feel about it, but he tends to be a
Punk fan. One of my favorites ever. He had a lot of bangers in AEW.
Well, I see. Okay, and I again, yes, I think he did have some good matches in AEW, but let's remember this. He was in the ring. In AEW. He was in the ring with some good wrestlers, man. He was in the ring with some goddamn good wrestlers. He wasn't in the ring with no scrubs. He was in the ring with some good dudes, and I'm gonna give them some credit for him looking good in his matches. I'm sorry, and but no way that dude comes back after being away from pro wrestling for years and years and years. And you think he's gonna come back and look great without help? Fuck that. No way. The thing
is, I think these dudes in the WWE, the young dudes, are hungry and are not necessarily going to be in the business of making CM Punk look great.
And you know what? You're probably right. But the reason why I said Dom would do it is because Dom is the company guy. And I think Dom would. And I think one of the reasons why Triple H likes Dom so much is because Dom's up for anything.
Yeah.
And Triple H loves guys like Dom that are willing to. That's why I fucking. But lots of guys are. Some of the certain guys are around still, you know?
Yeah. But I don't. The one set of matches I would like to see is Punk and Cody.
I'd love to see Punk and Cody. That'd be pretty good.
But after that, I don't see much.
Well, we can put. How about Punk and Shinsuke?
Yeah.
I believe Shinsuke Nakamura is so good. He's such a pro. He can make anyone look good in a ring, man. And Shinsuke will put somebody over. He don't give a shit. You know, I don't think Shinsuke Nakamura at this point in his career is I think he just does it, man. He just goes out and does his business. He's, I do like him spitting the shit like Muda and shit. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But he's I could see him and Punk probably working well together.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, I think KO and Punk would probably be a good match. I'd like to see Kevin Owens. Because Kevin Owens could do it too.
But do you think he has the desire to make Punk look good?
Well, I think if they tell him to make Punk look good, he will. Kevin Owens is a company guy, man, dude. He'll definitely do. Man, he's been up and down with this company for a lot of years, and now Triple H is running shit. He's tight with Triple H. So
yeah.
They're good. They're tight. If Triple H tells him,
and here's the thing, if anybody's a problem, you can go and you can be like, look, oh, okay, that's one I didn't think about. Punk AJ. I know AJ's away. I think. Yeah.
Is he away? I don't know if AJ's out for injury or if he's just taking a break for a minute. I'm not sure, but I would. AJ is badass, dude. That's another guy who has had such a great career. And what's funny, I think the best parts of his career were away from the WWE, probably. But
his most athletic and impressive that way.
Yeah, and I think he had some great matches outside of WWE.
If he had gotten into the WWE style earlier,
yeah, he probably would have had a good career.
I think that you could have an argument for him and Shawn Michaels.
Yeah,
but I don't think he's there.
Yeah, probably not. But he has the ability to have a match with anybody, man. Like AJ is great. He's, I think he has really good matches with big dudes.
Yeah.
I just do.
Punk has a behavioral clause in his WWE contract, according to Fightful.
Well, you know what? They'd be stupid not to put something like that in, and I can understand why. I mean, and he should be coming into CM Punk himself. He should be coming into this saying, "Look, this is a legit fresh start for me.
Yeah,
I fucked up.
He better be humble.
You know, he better be humble, and yeah, really." You want to get back in that locker room, get in the good graces of that locker room, because believe me, they all got friends in AEW. They all know what went on there. They all know what happened there. Everyone does.
Yeah.
They all talk to each other. You know, I mean, you gotta. He's gonna have to really, like you said, be humble. That's it. Be humble.
Yeah.
Don't be a jackass and think you're the fucking man. Because you got a great pop. That's great, but you haven't done shit yet. You
also,
just showed
the
up.
reason he didn't take shots at AEW so far is because of the NDA. That makes sense. Especially that came out today too. Daniel Bryan was on the committee that terminated Punk.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was like him and like 4 other people. I think it was 5 people.
But okay, but here's the thing, though. What do you mean by India? What do you mean? He's not allowed to talk about AEW
agreement. Yeah,
he's not. Well, I mean, you can't keep him from. He's got to be allowed. He's got to be allowed to speak of his opinion of AEW. I mean, something like that. You can't,
man. That's what an NDA is.
No. An NDA usually means you can't reveal something that happened in AEW. Right. But you can't. He's got to be able to talk about AEW if he wants to.
Because it was worse. It was part of his termination contract with AEW that he had an NDA.
That he doesn't badmouth him. Is that what they're saying?
Yeah, I would expect that standard in a contract like that.
Yeah, no, I don't think so, because the WWE doesn't do that. And that's the case. No wrestler would be able to criticize WWE when they leave, and that means all these motherfuckers would be in trouble. I mean, that's not.
Yeah.
I don't think an NDA would cover him. If somebody's saying, "Hey,"
an NDA means that he can't talk about what happened.
True, it can't. I can believe that he can't talk about things that happen in the company. But he can talk about.
But do you think they're going to allow if they had him sign an NDA?
Yeah,
and for him to get his money, do you think that they're not going to put a non-disparagement clause in there?
Well, that depends on you. The NDA has there's a limit to an NDA's power. You can't fuck around with people's constitutional rights. You can't an NDA you can't sit there and say he has the right to say I did AEW not as good a company as WWE. He can say that.
There's a non-disparagement clause in there.
What that means is he probably can't say AEW fucking sucks. He can't say shit like that. Okay, but he's if someone asks his opinion, what's a better place to work? He can say, if he wants to say WWE over AEW, sure. He can say that. They can't take that from him. That's not putting him down. That's just him saying that's his choice. That's where his opinion. They can't. I mean, if he signed that, he's a fucking idiot. I wouldn't have signed that. I'd be like, no, you're not gonna silence me. On what I have to say.
Wes said he was terminated with cause. He ain't getting no money.
Well, possibly, but they might have worked out a deal where he did get his money if he maybe, like you said.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought it was.
If he takes his, if he keeps his mouth shut about things, and I don't think he's going to say much about AEW. You know why? Because I don't.
I'm not saying he got his full. I'm not saying he got his full bag, but I thought they had a settlement.
There probably was a settlement. I guarantee there was something. I guarantee he didn't leave with nothing, because what they say with cause. He could, if he trust me, Khan doesn't want to get into a court situation with him. Khan doesn't want that. He wanted to get rid of that. They wanted him gone. It was like, yo, we got to do what we got to do to get this motherfucker out of here. He's obviously causing trouble still. We can't, Khan tried. I give the man credit. He tried to keep CM Punk and did his best. He even created a fucking show just for CM Punk. Because he couldn't work on the other two. Now it's Daniel Bryan's show. Yep. He'll be the one that's going to be on there all the time now. It's like, God, man.
You think his wife's going to get in there? She's been making noise.
Anna and I talked about this earlier today, and Anna liked AJ Lee. You know, she was a fan of her, and
oh no, I meant Daniel Bryan's wife. Which one's he married
the
to?
Bella. He's married to Nick Brie. He's married to Brie Bella. Yeah. Oh, I thought Brie Bella was done with pro wrestling. I don't know. Maybe who knows? Yeah. Maybe
somebody said something about her maybe showing up in AEW.
Dude, if the money's right, let's be honest, the Bella sisters will whore themselves out for it. I mean, I don't mean it in that way. What I'm saying is, if the money's right, they'll do. I'm sure they'll make appearances, or I don't know if I see her getting in a ring and having a match though. Again, I think that part of their life is probably done. I don't.
Yeah.
Because that's I don't think you're gonna see them show up for Royal Rumbles anymore. Why? I mean, they were in a few of them now. They don't really need to. We don't need them now. You got other people you can call upon. Let them retire in peace. Shit. They both had kids now and stuff. I don't know. It's No, as far we were talking about AJ Lee earlier though, and I said that Anna asked me. She said, "Do you think AJ Lee might be open to coming back?" And since he's back with the, and I told her, I said, AJ Lee stayed with the company for a while after he was gone from them, and after they were married, and that was even after they fucking fired him on his wedding day, fucking her day up too, and all that shit. So, she still stayed with him, and she has a lot of friends there. Oh. So I said, I wouldn't put it past it.
But she's doing her own thing.
That's my problem. That's what I said. I said, she's a writer though now.
Yeah.
And she's a successful writer too. She's had two books that were on the bestseller list. She's done real well for herself. And I she did get involved with wrestling for a minute. She was in that all-female promotion. Was working with them. I can't remember what the promotion was called. But it's was it Glimmer or something like that? I can't remember that what it was.
Probably
but she was involved with them, kind of being like a backstage presence more so, and helping them with talent, organizing the talent and everything, and just that kind of stuff. But I don't know that she's gonna get back in the ring again. I don't think you're gonna see AJ Lee back in the ring again, dude. I think her ring career is done. Why would she? Why would she get back in? I said, Shimmer. That's it, Shimmer. Yeah. I said, why would she get back in? She has no reason to get back in. She was one of the best female wrestlers the WWE ever had. And she was wrestling when not that many women knew how to wrestle and all the fuck. And she had to make these terrible women look good. Oh. And then once they started getting where they got women that could go in the ring, that's when she left, right toward the beginning of that.
That's when she got hurt.
Well, she did get hurt, but then she was she got the WWE was pretty pissed at her because she let them know she was retiring, kind of out of nowhere. They didn't expect it. They had plans for her. They had shit written up they were going to do for her, and she just kind of dropped it on them. So they're pretty fucking mad. But I think the reason why she did it was just because she was like, they had heat with her husband. What's she supposed to do? She's in the middle of that shit. I don't blame her. Fuck that. I'm out of here. But she was. I mean, look, she put Paige over. I mean, she did a good job.
What
dude.
Day is WrestleMania this year?
Oh, I don't even know. God, I don't know what day it is. I'm not sure exactly what day it is. I know it's supposed to be in Philadelphia this year.
Okay. Yeah. So it's April 6th through 7th. Okay.
Oh, yeah. All right. So we did 2-night event again.
4 months away.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck are we looking at?
Well, let me ask you, do you think they're going to have Roman Reigns drop the belt before WrestleMania, or wait until WrestleMania to have him drop the belt? If he's going to drop the belt at all. But I mean,
if he drops the belt, it has to be to Cody, right?
Well, either to Cody or we've got Randy Orton around too. I mean, and he's over there just to.
So, do you keep? Are you saying you drop? Okay, yeah. Roman dropped to Randy to protect Roman for Cody later.
Right. Well, then I could set up Randy and Cody going at it for a title. You know, I mean,
I like that
potentially. What if Cody wins the Royal Rumble?
Roman will not drop the title before Mania. If he doesn't drop it at Mania, he is going to beat Bruno's record.
Okay, and that's what I mean.
4-year one. Nobody's going to beat the 8-year record.
At this point, he's already made history.
Yeah,
but the WWE does not mind breaking old records.
Yeah,
they love doing that shit. In fact, we know. Remember what they intentionally, in order to break AJ Lee's record, that's how pissed off they were at her. They intentionally kept the belt on somebody that they did not want to keep the belt on. They know they did.
Who was that?
It was fucking Nikki Bella.
Oh yeah.
Get the belt on Nikki Bella's ass just so she could break AJ Lee's record. You know how terrible that was? I was like, oh, that's disgusting, dude. I mean, I don't, and now the way titles change hands now, I don't know I don't know what woman has the longest title right now. But
it's up to Roman and Paul to decide when he drops the title.
And I mean, that might be possible that maybe they've given him that kind of call. Maybe they have. I mean, he's kind of like Brock Lesnar to me now. So I don't know. I feel like he's the new Brock Lesnar. He works every now and then.
Yeah.
You know, he should make appearances.
I like his theme music.
Yeah. It's fitting.
Like, there's so many, like, if the WWE was smart, there's so many different ways they could do this. He's worse than Lesnar. I agree.
Who Roman worse than Lesnar? Worse than Lesnar? In what way?
Yeah. Every way.
Well, wait a minute. What do you mean in every way? Like, are you talking in the ring?
Yes.
The
only thing that Roman Reigns is better at than Brock Lesnar is running his dick sucker.
Yeah, I would say that for sure. But I don't know. To me, Lesnar's never been I shouldn't say that. He was when he was younger. I take that back. When he was younger, his first run in the WWE, before he decided to leave and try to become a football player, and then that failed, and he went into back and he got into MMA, right? Okay. With his first run, man, he worked way better in the ring than when he came back years later. Years later, he's got like a few moves. It's almost like John Cena. He said the 5 moves of death, right? I don't think so. I think Roman's better than him.
Believable.
I get it, but I don't. Is he believable though? I mean, yes. I don't think I get pissed because I think Lesnar doesn't sell.
What's up, E?
Doesn't sell well enough.
You do something to Lesnar and a match clean in over 3 years.
That's something. I said that. I've said that a while back. I said one of these. I can't remember what I was talking about it, but I said the problem I'm having is they're making Roman have to have help every time he has a title defense. Every fucking time someone's getting involved in this match. At some point, that starts to fuck with his legacy. At some point, you're fucking around with now it's not believable now that Roman can defend the belt on his own.
I couldn't take Roman seriously at all as champion after the fucking Kevin Owens match.
Oh, when Kevin Owens got handcuffed to the you had to stand up and that was so dumb, dude. I hated that. I don't even know if I blame either one of the wrestlers for that. I felt like the way that was written, I was idiotic.
But it destroyed Roman Reigns for me. So, the only thing I like about him
look how much help he had during that. Everyone was involved in that shit.
Yeah. Wes wants to hop on.
That's fine. I think that he I think the WWE has outsmarted themselves on it now. Like, they wanted him to be a really bad heel, right? Like, ooh, make him a bad. But what you did was you damaged him in the process. Even heels have to be protected in a way where you have to make them dangerous on their own. He's Roman Reigns isn't dangerous on his own to me. I feel like the first time Roman Reigns has to actually have a title defense where he's nobody involved, you have to have him lose because he hasn't shown he can defend the belt without help. So now it's almost like not believable that he would defend the belt without help. After a while, people just get used to that shit, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't. That's where it's happening to me now. I don't buy Roman Reigns anymore as a sustainable champion, based on the fact that without outside interference, he can't keep his title.
No.
So it's like, and that's stupid.
Oh, there he is.
It shouldn't be that way, but
Pepsi Phil.
What's up, bro? How you doing, man?
Up? Oh, and we got to talk about that too.
Yeah,
my boy came back and was over like Rover.
But yeah, freaking the Roman shit is fucking ridiculous, man. It's out of control.
Well, let me tell you,
every match is breath bump shenanigans.
It's run to me. It's run its course. I feel like it's been run its course.
It's run its course freaking a couple years ago.
Yeah, and I'm sort of in this situation where I feel like they're having so much fun now with trying to build somebody up to make all of us think they have a chance to be Roman Reigns.
Yeah,
and then we think they could do it, and maybe they almost do it, but the ref gets knocked down, and Solo Sikoa gets in the ring and does what he does, or Jimmy Uso now. It's just. It's like, come on, man.
Yo, did you see Jimmy Uso from Friday night after he took that freaking, what did he take at the end of the show? After the RKO and shit, freaking, he stayed laying in the ring fucking out as they were fucking tearing down the ring.
Wait, that's how you sell an RKO. Anyway. Yeah. Something Roman Reigns doesn't, another thing, well, I criticize Brock Lesnar for this, but I will criticize Roman Reigns for it as well. Neither one of them motherfuckers knows how to sell shit sometimes. Sometimes they'll sell it okay. Yeah. But then, like, Roman Reigns will get back up after taking a hard shot from somebody like nothing happened to him. Mm-hmm. I'm like, dude, you can't just have had that happen to you and get right back up like it was okay. That's supposed to hurt you, stupid. You can't,
well, Brock has it easy to me because he has to sell what's believable, and whatever is believable is what actually makes him hurt. And so that's when he sells, is when because he's got that fucking diverticulitis, and you see him turn red and purple during those matches.
That's true.
He's hurting like that, and that's when he sells. That's why I like Brock. His shit is believable as fuck.
And I understand what you're saying there.
For Brock to sell.
It does, and maybe that's what it is. But I've seen Brock take moves from people, and maybe you're right. Maybe it's not the right person for him to sell for.
Yeah, but it's like, come on, dude. He picks and chooses who he wants to sell for and stuff.
And that fucking kills me. I hate that shit. Yeah. No wrestler should put themselves above that. You gotta sell each other. If you expect them to sell your move, that you got to do it for them too. It's not even right. I don't like to give the old timers a lot of shit because I think a lot of, like, Stone Cold Steve Austin said it. He said his biggest problem with pro wrestlers today is they're soft and they don't sell. He feels like guys get hit in the mouth and they act like nothing happened. And that's just true. They do.
When you watch the Luchador match and it's freaking Canadian Destroyer. But that's my shit, though. I fucking love me some spot food.
Oh, man. Dude, fucking Danhausen came back and was over.
Oh, it was so cool, dude. It was so cool.
Always over.
He's great though, isn't he? Fun. He's fun, man.
Yeah, he's fun.
Yeah, he had a match too. He was involved in a match the other night.
I wanted to ask Kevin Nash
Yeah.
what he was thinking about Danhausen, because Kevin Nash is doing his live recording tonight too.
Oh man, that's gotta be.
So I'm missing that.
That's gotta be.
Yeah, those are so fun.
You know what's funny about him? He doesn't hold back either. I love Kevin Nash. Kevin Nash will just tell you straight up, yeah, that guy sucks.
I haven't listened to his podcast since I think like the second episode.
Yeah, a lot of people don't like it. A lot of people don't like the fact he talks about his son, because a lot of people are really sensitive about it.
See, my big thing though is like with a lot of the older wrestlers and stuff is they don't want to. How can I put this? They don't want to admit that the wrestling that we have today has passed them by, and it changed and evolved from when they were in it, and it's different now and stuff, and they don't want it to change. You know what I mean? Like, well, it's not all fucking Muscle Beach dudes just fucking slapping meat and stuff.
That's true. That's true.
I hear that,
and that's when they fucking came up in wrestling and stuff. That's what it was. It was Muscle Beach dudes fucking slapping man meat.
Yeah. But to that, I would also say Paparazzi Productions.
Paparazzi Productions.
I forget what that was.
TNA, Kevin Nash with the fucking Motor City Machine Guns. Fucking yeah, dude. Come on now. Yo.
Yeah.
Well, all right.
Everybody knows Scott Hall was a genius for the business, right? Everybody talks about how smart him and people like Jake are. I really think, and if you actually listen to what Nash says, he's the most truthful shoot I've ever seen. And he, out of the old, quote unquote, old timers, he understands more of what's going on now than the rest of them.
Yeah, he definitely does. I was just using Kevin Nash as an example for old timers and stuff.
Well,
I might have been
like Cornette.
It might have been better for me to use the Undertaker.
Okay, that's a good example. That's a good example.
Yeah.
Cornette is someone.
Fucking dinosaur.
Cornette is when I listen to somebody. Cornette is someone who cannot. He can't get into a newer pro wrestling. But I will say this:
Wes, you brought up a really good point, though. Go ahead, Russ.
Well, I was gonna say pro wrestling. Even a lot's changed in pro wrestling. I give you that, but pro wrestling at its core is still the same stuff that it was 20, 40, 50 years ago. And its core, right? And I think that's the thing that a lot of those old timers bitch about is they feel like there's certain rules that are supposed to be followed. And I think they have a hard time when they feel those rules aren't necessarily followed. And whether it be, now the kayfabe shit, I think sometimes gets a little carried. That gets a little carried away. I think they get carried away with that shit sometimes. But go ahead.
Sorry, the point I wanted to get to with what West was saying was like the Undertaker opening his fucking mouth.
Okay, yeah.
Here's the thing: is like, all right. To me, there's a progression in the WWFE, whatever. Okay, for a certain type of star. Okay, Andre was the first one. Okay, the first attraction guy.
Yeah. He was. That's what he was in a big attraction. Yeah.
Taker was the second. He worked more than Andre did.
Yeah, did.
But towards the mid and end of his career, he went away for longer periods of time and came back.
Yep.
Is just that attraction match. And the third evolution of that to me is Brock.
Yeah.
Now I think what they've done is a disservice to the fucking Taker. They needed to put somebody with Taker from their PR department. They have not let this man break character for 30, 40, whatever the fuck years it is. Yeah. He's a little fucking rough around the edges. You know what I'm saying? He's got some of them dinosaur ideas that need to die.
Yeah, but I get what you're saying, but see, to me, he's such a legend in the business that I feel like he has the right to say what he wants to say.
He definitely has the right to say what he wants to say, but we've talked about.
He has that right, he should.
Right, and we've talked about when we were talking about movies and comic books about stewardship of characters.
That's true.
WWE owns the Undertaker.
They do.
They need it right. If he's branding that podcast as Undertaker, it's something with Mark Calloway, right? It's Undertaking with Mark Calloway.
Undertaking or something like that.
One dead man show or whatever too.
Yeah.
Or that's just him telling stories and shit about that.
Right. But the thing is like they need somebody to rein his ass in because he is he's a good old boy from Texas who's been in this man's business for 30 fucking years, man. And if they let him keep running his mouth, he's gonna get fucking Kramered.
Mm-hmm. Well, I see what you're saying. Yeah, you're saying he's a little too free with with words he uses and things like that, things he says,
and what do you want to call it? Like, it seems like sometimes his beliefs are like stuck back in like the 70s and 80s and stuff.
Well, I mean, I know he's a Christian, a staunch Christian.
You know what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah, he's taking the religion in his life and everything, and I get that. That's cool for him.
We don't shy away from anything on this show, so I believe you're talking about like LGBTQ issues.
And now of course the fact that he is a staunch Christian probably doesn't help with that either. Yeah. And so
But I just want to say I'm very non-religious and
I try to have respect for it, but
it's very hard for me not to bash it.
Well, I try not to bash it, but sometimes it needs to be bashed.
But like the thing,
like overzealous fucking religious people and shit like they're
all right.
I'll bash on
that's my thing. Is like
not bothering nobody, not causing any trouble or shit like
that.
Go ahead, do whatever the fuck
when
you want.
use
God, deity, devil, whatever the fuck you want to worship.
Mm-hmm.
When you use your religion as a bludgeon against people, that's when I have a problem.
Or try to push it onto people.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, yeah, especially when you try to use religion as an excuse to be nasty and talk and think you can talk down to people and shit. Yeah, that's what you're saying. That's not a good. Yeah, that's not what it's for. No. You're weaponizing religion is what you're doing.
Right.
Yeah.
But I do think y'all are right about that. And I think I have so much respect for Undertaker and his time in the business. That's probably why I get a little defensive of him before him. But I do understand he is a guy who has been. Remember, he was sheltered in the business for a long time.
That's what.
Literally. Because he played that character, he stayed in character so much. It was none of us got to see him out of character. And even a lot of his fellow pro wrestlers said he would stay in character just in case. He had a hard time relaxing and coming out of character. Unless he was
one of those true believers,
right.
And that was one of the good stories from one of the early Nash podcasts he told was about him and Taker were taken aside by Vince and told they had to stop going to fucking strip clubs. And fucking 2 6'10" monsters trying to fucking disguise themselves so they could go to fucking Scores and shit.
Yeah.
In the 90s.
Yeah, they're
legends.
Yeah, they're not going to be noticed.
Even people who weren't wrestling fans knew who the fucking Undertaker
was. And probably Nash too, for sure too.
Yeah, maybe during the NWO.
NWO shit, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, well, yeah.
I'm still trying to figure out how the fuck X-Pac got into the Hall of Fame as an NWO member.
Well,
he was early, man.
He was early in NWO.
NWO is Hall, Nash, and Hogan. End of story.
Well, I mean, I give you that. They're the main three. I give you that. Those are the starting
NWO.
three.
Well, here's the thing: was when Waltman got there.
It's part of the clique. That's why.
That's why it's been. Well, no,
he was the dude. He was the dude that was the work rate for them besides Scott.
Oh yeah. Everybody was freaking. If you wanted to know how good somebody was, throw him in the ring with freaking X-Pac.
Yeah,
that's true.
And so, like, man, like,
what did they call him?
I'm not saying.
What
was? I'm not saying. X-Pac doesn't deserve to be.
What was this?
I'm just saying he shouldn't be in there with the NWO.
What was his name?
What? It was 6.
I mean, maybe
is that was 6? Okay, it was 6. Okay.
Yeah, DX. Yo, that fucking promo he laid that first night he came back after Mania, when Shawn Michaels left and he came.
Yeah, he was hot.
All over fucking.
He was all over Hogan, especially.
Yeah, and they sued WWE over that. Promo.
Well, he was pretty hot, dude. He was pretty angry. Okay, now hold on. I have a thing for you on this. Okay, look. Now, do you believe that he should be in he should be in the Hall of Fame as a member of DX, right?
Yeah.
X-Pac, right?
Yeah,
okay.
I'm fine with that.
Okay, but I would say this: the originators of DX really is Shawn Michaels and Triple H in China.
Yeah.
Right. And actually, if you want to really think, Rick Rude could be part of it too.
Yeah,
Rick Rude was. Those were the 4.
Like a manager type.
Yeah, he was the manager, bodyguard kind of.
When I picture X-Pac, freaking like I never ever once pictured him as NWO. To me, X-Pac was always DX.
That's I
feel like
I can see that.
I agree with you on that. When I think of him, I think of him more as a member of DX than I do NWO. I do.
Like when you go back and look, because like he was out a lot for injury and addiction when he was in WCW. But look at the shit he did. He was in that fucking Kevin Green match.
Yeah, he was.
Yep. He had that short feud with Flair. That shit was fucking
nuts. That was good. It was good though. It was good.
Yeah.
It's really good. That was actually some good stuff that they did. And I mean, if you look at all the shit they were doing back in those days.
I think it's fitting. What I think would be fitting, and like, I mean, no disrespect to the man, because I love him. He's one of my favorite. Sean Waltman's one of my favorite wrestlers. Him and Kevin Nash.
Well, he was really, he's good, man.
But like, I think him going in with the NWO and DX is very appropriate, and I think it would be more. It wouldn't be right for him to go in on his own.
Well, that's my problem. I don't know.
On his own before NWO.
I don't know that he's established enough to go in on his own.
Yeah, but he's already in the NWO and his DX. I don't think there's a need for him to go in, as just Sean Waltman.
Yeah, but I mean that's where he's mostly known.
DX being in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
China deserves to be in there by herself too.
I wonder.
That's okay. That's a good point.
China deserves solo induction
because there are two completely different views on China. There are people that have worked with China in the ring that said she is great,
right?
That she deserved to be there, and then there is Chris Jericho who says that holy shit, he feared for his life.
Well,
yeah, I remember those stories. Yeah, when they were freaking IC title holders.
Yeah. But fucking Jarrett said she was okay to work with.
Yeah. Really, the only person I heard really say bad things about her in the ring was Jericho.
Oh. I know. I don't know. Some of the women, the female wrestlers that had to work with her back in the day, had come out and said some things, and it could be because. It could have been because China was just so much bigger than they were, and
she body ahead of her time.
You got to think she's used to working with men.
Yeah,
and then late in her career with the WWE, she is working with the women now, right? More so.
Mm-hmm.
And I think in the beginning, I do believe she had problems adjusting to working with the women over the men, because the men, let's be honest, the men can take a little more physicality than the women can. And it's just
especially
true.
that era of women's wrestling.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because that era, there were
because they were models, they weren't wrestlers.
Right. Exactly.
It was all
and now you'd have a few that actually learned how to wrestle a little bit.
I was talking about Evolution earlier, like, you know,
Trish was brought in for that kind of stuff, and then you know, she worked.
Yeah,
and became one of the best females they had.
Right, but she put the work in to do it, right? And then and that's, I mean, but you didn't have the chicks like, what's her name?
Kelly,
the cat,
the cat,
which you remember she started running with China, right?
Jerry Lawler's wife,
a little mini China,
right, a little mini China,
What do they call her, Kitty?
Miss Kitty or something like that. Yeah. And she was,
she was married to Lawler for a little while,
right? Yeah, I mean,
that's why he was off Raw when they fired her. He walked.
She I think she did a Playboy spread with China.
Not with China.
I think not with. She didn't do it with China. Did China do it by herself?
China had two.
I still had the China Playboy.
Yeah, China did. China did two of them, and then she Playboy.
She did two pornos too.
China did one Playboy.
Oh, she only did one Playboy.
One Playboy, two pornos.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay.
She played She-Hulk in one of the pornos, I heard.
She did a porno. I didn't. She did. I know about the one.
The sex tape with X-Pac.
Well, I know about that. I mean, I knew she did actual.
Then she did one with Vivid Entertainment, Jenna Jameson's company.
I had no idea.
Backdoor to China.
That's amazing, dude. Yes. Oh my god, you got to be kidding me. I'm gonna look for that. That's great. I'm looking for that. That's a good one, dude.
There is no more. Like, I can't think of like a stunt porn like that anymore. That like everybody would just be like, "Holy shit, I've got to see this."
Yeah, it's fucking wild, man. I'm trying to, damn. Because I knew about the sex tape. I remember the sex tape coming out with her.
They were so fucking blitzed, dude. It was disgusting, man.
Dude, when those two were together, that shit was so fucking toxic. That relationship.
And then like they exploited it even more on that fucking Celebrity Rehab show or whatever it was with Dr. Drew.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when she did the Surreal Life,
that's what it was. The Surreal Life.
He showed up at the fucking house. Mm-hmm. They're filming on shit, and he wasn't supposed to be there, obviously. But and she was fucking with. She kept fucking around with Flava Flav. And shit, while he was in the house with her
and Bridget Nielsen.
And Bridget, I might be getting her mixed up with Bridget Nielsen. Might have been Bridget Nielsen. That was probably she not her. She was. I can't remember who she was. She was.
She accused X-Pac of that time of graping.
Well, I don't know. I mean, it's you know,
they got into a huge fight about it on Opie and Anthony Live.
Yeah, didn't he like call in or something?
Yeah.
She was there and he called in. Yeah, I remember that.
It was fucking nuts.
Yeah,
that's fucking crazy.
That
he's still alive is fucking nuts.
Well, he was a real bad drug addict too.
Yeah.
You know, the fact that he is still alive is crazy.
He's able to fucking get himself cleaned up.
She never could, man.
China couldn't defeat her demons.
She couldn't stay clean, man. And that sucked, dude. I thought she was
Scott Hall.
Yeah, I know. But Scott Hall, by the time he was clean, it was too late.
It was too late. Yeah,
he damaged his body too much.
That's what happened. Was he relapsed during COVID?
Oh, did he really? Oh, that's terrible. I didn't know about that. I just know.
Relapsed.
Yeah, I didn't realize.
That first show that Kevin Nash did was right after Scott Hall's death.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
And so he talked about what actually happened, and he was like, "Yeah, look, man, nobody was around. Scott was locked up in a fucking apartment in Maryland, away from DDP, and all them people couldn't fucking travel anywhere, all by himself."
DDP deserves a lot of fucking credit with a lot of the way he's helped a lot of fucking wrestlers with various different things. Freaking with that DDP yoga.
Yeah, man.
Dude, all the wrestlers fucking love that. Freaking DDP's helped.
That's
DDP freaking helped Jake Roberts come back.
Well, yeah.
With what?
The reason we've been seeing Jake Roberts again, like when we saw Jake Roberts pop up in AEW, the reason that he was able to do that is because he helped Jake Roberts clean up his acting shit and stuff.
Yeah, he did.
And like, that's the sad thing is like, fucking Jake Roberts, the reason why he hasn't been able to do more with AEW is because he's got lung problems.
Yeah.
And it's really? Not, yeah, and it's like, yes, at first he was relapsing with DDP, but from what's been like said is like Jake has been fucking clean as a whistle for a while, and like all these issues now, like that he's dealing with and not being able to be out there are fucking health issues, like his hip, his teeth, you know, and then his lungs.
It's a long term. It's a long term damage, dude. You know, if you fuck up, it sucks, though, man. I loved Jake Roberts back in the day, man. I thought he was such a fucking badass.
Freaking in my hometown, freaking, we had this one pet store, freaking at one point, and they had Jake the Snake's freaking Burmese python, freaking in there.
Nice.
Wow!
Like they ended up owning that snake and stuff.
Yeah, that's cool, dude. That's man.
Oh, dude, the stories he tells too.
The albino one he used.
Yeah. Oh, Lucifer, right?
Mm-hmm. Was Lucifer the albino one, or was Lucifer the one?
What his name was, but it was the freaking albino.
Yeah, I think Lucifer was a
Revelation.
Revelation. Might have been Revelation. Yeah. That might have been it.
That was an albino Burmese, and he had another. I think Lucifer might have been the Cobra. You're right. I think. But yeah, he had Damien, that was nuts. When he came back with the fucking Bible verses and Stone Cold turned that on him. Holy shit.
Oh yeah, I remember he was the Bible thumping guy, and that was at the King of the Ring. Yep.
King of the Ring.
96.
Yeah. And he says, he dumped your Bible and you said your prayers, and where'd it get you? Nowhere.
Get that piece of trash out of my ring.
Yeah. You talking about your 316? He says, I'll tell you, it was Austin 316. Says, I just beat you with your ass. Yeah. Oh my God, it was great. That was
off to the rate and
the
same since then.
That was it. That was the first one that kicked off big time.
Because Brett screwed Brett was after that, right?
Yeah,
that was later.
That was huge too, because that was the birth of Mr. McMahon. And
let me ask you guys a question about that, because I have a really different take on the whole screw job. I have a real hard here's my take on it is this. Okay, I've always felt this. When a wrestler is about to leave a company, though it's an unwritten rule, and if you're a champion, you drop the belt. Yeah. You just do.
Yeah.
He refused to drop the belt.
He didn't want to drop it to Shawn. He didn't want to drop it to Shawn.
But see, that's just it though. But it wasn't his place to decide who he dropped it to. He was completely unprofessional. He was out of line.
The problem was first he told him he didn't want to drop it to Shawn.
Right.
Then they like dickered around. And then his thing, I'm not dropping it.
I'm not dropping it. Right. Exactly. So he said
he'd come out on Raw and, fucking relinquish the belt the next night. That was supposedly what they had agreed to.
But see, I here's what I'm wondering. I'm wondering if Vince McMahon by that point didn't trust him.
Probably.
And I'm wondering if Vince said, fuck that. No way.
Oh, yeah, for sure. That's
you're not going to have you fuck me over like that. You're not doing that. And I really do think.
I hate to keep bringing up the click, but Kevin Nash and Sean Waltman both made the same point in different interviews. Do you really believe that Shawn Michaels could have got Bret Hart into that fucking sharpshooter position if Bret Hart didn't want to go into it in the first place?
No, not at all. But Bret Hart says that what was supposed to happen was Sean was supposed to put him in the sharpshooter, and he was going to break out, get out of the reach, get to the ropes, and then the ref's going to count, and so the match wasn't supposed to end there, of course, obviously, right? But
like,
yeah,
what they're saying is like, why was Brett so stupid to get into such a vulnerable position?
I wonder that too. Maybe
when he's so smart in the ring, you know.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
Yeah. Going, and he obviously didn't know the ref was going to fucking do that.
But I guess my mentality is I don't have the sympathy for Bret Hart.
Yeah,
I don't. That a lot of other people did. I know a lot of people, for a long time were,
I'm one of those. I don't like Bret Hart.
Yeah, I don't want to say I liked him. I was never a huge fan of him. I mean, I liked him better when he was a tag team with him and Jim Neidhart. The Hart Foundation, that was cool.
Okay, there's only one period of time that I liked watching Bret Hart wrestle.
Don't say it was WCW.
No, it was his It was his feud with Stone Cold.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because like I was a huge Diesel fan. I hated those matches, even though those are some of the best matches of Kevin Nash's career. I hate those matches. I just can't stand Bret Hart. But like I loved Owen. Like I loved that feud with Owen, and I love that feud with
Austin.
What's his name? Yeah, Austin.
Damn, dude. But that feud with Austin was great with Bret Hart.
Yeah,
that was good.
I was never really a big fan of Bret either, but like I did recognize his greatness and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it. I mean, I know he had some good matches, and he was. I know what it was. I just didn't.
What makes a great technician? Because like people will put Bret Hart over before they'll put Randy Savage over.
And that's just it.
To me, Randy Savage was smooth as fuck. I don't care that he went over his matches over and over and over again. If you look at that finished product of what he puts in the ring, there's not many bad Randy Savage matches.
I have a match of Randy Savage's that I love, and it's all because of Savage. It has nothing to do with his opponent. But in WrestleMania 7, he wrestled the Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah.
Now, the Ultimate Warrior sucks in the ring. He never has been good in the ring. He's atrocious, okay? No. Remember we were talking earlier? He don't even have 5 fucking moves of doom. He's just dreadful. Yeah. Right? And Randy Savage had that match against him, and I felt like that match showed just how good Randy Savage is. He found a way to make the Ultimate Warrior look good. And in the ring, and the Ultimate Warrior actually did some wrestling holds. He did some suplexes, which blew my mind. I didn't think the Ultimate Warrior knew how to do it. Maybe Savage taught him. I don't know on the fly. I don't know. But he looked good. And Savage was great in the match.
Yeah, to me, like I like that type of work.
Yeah,
to me, Bret Hart is very slow, methodical, and boring.
No, but see, that's.
If you want to know what makes a great technical wrestler a great technical wrestler, watch Zack Sabre Jr.
Who is that?
I haven't watched
Zack
him
Sabre
yet.
Jr. He's New Japan.
I'm trying to think of who I really like now.
That dude will fucking break you down like nothing.
I love it.
He might be better than Bryan Danielson.
That's someone who is fucking fun to watch in the ring.
Fucking wasn't Danielson trying to get a match with him and then got injured or some shit?
Yeah, I think that was supposed to be the Wembley match.
Yeah.
Because he is.
But
he always has been fun.
I think the next Wembley show we're going to be getting Danielson and Nigel McGuinness.
He's in the chat.
He's
Go
always
ahead and
been
start
good.
a hangout. We'll be out of here in a minute. We're at an hour and a half anyway.
Holy shit! It's after 11 already.
Yeah, brother.
Holy fuck!
He was one of those.
Wrestling is fake.
Oh, I know it is.
Okay, of course fake. Let me power bomb you.
No one ever said no. Okay, yeah, it's true too. When people say it's fake, it's always like, okay, how is it fake?
Yeah,
Describe to me which, like, all right, like, are the outcome? Yes, we know that. We know that's all predetermined. Yeah. But you tried
choreographed. Yes, we know.
Yeah,
that.
It's choreographed. But you tried
like
doing
power bombs and stuff like that.
Sure,
type of moves.
absolutely.
Elbows off the rope.
Yeah,
and shit and
you try that shit and see what
That's
happens.
just gonna fucking hurt.
Hell yeah, it is.
No,
like my
punches, then the super kicks and shit like that. Yeah, that stuff.
See, I was making the argument before Jericho was that professional wrestling could be an Olympic sport because you could grade the matches just like ice skating.
On their acting ability and during the match, on their technique,
how they perform the moves, how it progresses. Yeah,
kind of interesting. Interesting. I don't know. I don't know that people would go along with it because it belongs
and
more in an acting.
Jericho's been making the same thing. I mean, think about it. Gymnastics is the routine is predetermined. Okay?
Yeah, it is, but the outcome isn't predetermined.
You're not going one-on-one with somebody that there has to be a winner in like a match. You know what I mean?
Right, but you grade.
They're basically going out there doing their own routine and competing against themselves in that moment.
Right, but it's like partner
competing with somebody else in that moment, and you have to have a winner.
But it's like the same thing as partners figure skating. Do you understand what I mean? Like who wins the match at the Olympics wouldn't matter.
Right. I got
you. They would be graded on like
the match itself.
The match itself, like
right.
Okay, this dude botched. That's like a quarter point off.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, okay,
you would have to get some good judges.
This suplex was perfection. Okay, and then you could and shit like that. Like, okay, this going from this move to this move to this move in a chain was this difficult. It's worth this many points.
Interesting. I see where you're coming from with it, and I get it, but I just don't think the Olympics would be the proper place for it.
No, but I mean, it is an argument.
Well, it's. I think pro wrestling is closer to acting than it is like an actual sport. But pro
wrestling is a soap opera for men.
Yeah.
Right, and that's what I mean. I think it's
the young and the restless. Men.
But there is drama in ice skating, and there's drama in there's even drama in gymnastics.
Take out your opponent's knees.
Yeah. Most of the time when you watch acting, those guys have stunt doubles.
No, true. And I would argue the pro wrestlers are the stunt doubles. like they are the stunt double and the actor all in one.
But like what I'm saying is you put a fucking professional wrestling match at the Olympics. The first thing you got to do is something like Bryan Danielson and Kurt Angle. Something like that. Something that they would be able to. Oh, I've seen Greco-Roman wrestling. I can kind of see what they're doing. I can get into this. You would have to fucking string it along. It would be a long-term project.
You would have to get people that
I wouldn't
to judge it.
No.
You would have to get people. You have to get people to judge it that are like know really what to look for in a pro wrestling match. You know what I mean?
Like Jim Ross.
So you have to get some real experts, in there. I mean, it would be crazy. I don't, and of course, since they would all be American, probably there would be.
No, man, there's professional wrestling all over.
I know, but America's probably got the biggest companies, or in America.
Sure, America's got the two biggest
companies in the world. And we're probably,
But like you could have a representative from like New Japan and All Japan on the judging thing,
Yeah, I'm sure you could, because they know what they're looking for in a wrestler. They know what makes a good wrestling match as well. It's not either.
Just keep Dave Meltzer 100 fucking miles away from it.
Yeah, really. God, I'm sure he'd run. I'm sure he'd. Oh yeah, he'd love to have an opinion on it.
Meltzer would be fucking walking around there with a fucking boner.
Yeah.
Meltzer.
5-star. Oh! I think that's a good point for us to let off, man. I'm about to piss like a racehorse.
Awesome.
All right, we will be back next week, the 9th, the 16th, I believe, also. If
the
not,
16th, I may or may not be available.
Yeah.
I got Anna's company party.
Yeah, dictates tonight. We were lucky to get out early.
So I don't know
thanks
how.
for freaking having me on, yo.
Oh, thanks for coming
thanks for
on,
jumping
Wes.
on,
Anytime,
man.
brother.
Yeah,
Anytime you guys fucking want to talk wrestling, yo.
All right, brother.
I'll fucking show up.
All right, you're on.
All right.
Wrestling, man.
All right. So as I say every week, peace, love, and hair grease. We're out. Love y'all. Bye.
Adios.